perfect. Look at you. Oh, you look so tiny, so chic, so small. Wonderful. You are gonna, I can feel it. You're gonna be the next bonsai tree. It's gonna happen. I know it. We all know it. It's gonna be great. Okay. Hey there, little guy. How's it going? Welcome to the Botanist shop. How may I help you today? You're looking to be a bonsai. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Gonna have to really get in here. So first of all, can I get your first and last name, please? Okay. Okay. And what is your species of plant? Your boxwood. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I didn't want to presume, you know. It's very like race sciencey to like look and just presume what's. Okay, you understand. Okay. So okay, you're a boxwood, and how old are you? Okay. You're like only about like, okay, you're like 3 years old. Okay. Okay, so like your peers decided to go into like kindergarten and pre-K, and you decided you wanted to be a bonsai instead. Okay, you know, all life paths are valid, and this one is just as valid as a primary education. So let me just write that down. Yeah, it's important for us to know. Okay, so how much do you know about being a bonsai? You know, what does it entail? And okay, so you're pretty new to this. Okay. Understood. Okay, that's actually pretty important. We need to make sure that you know what it takes to be a bonsai. You know, it's a very tough business, and not everybody who enters it can make it. You know, it's very oversaturated. You know, it's like there's a high turnover rate. You know, they're criminally underpaid. You know, and I'm not trying to discourage you. You know, like please, no. I'm not trying to discourage you in any way, shape, or form. This is just for me to let you know, that this is important. You know, it's sometimes, you know, there are certain parts of my life that I wish I knew. Like if I was entering an oversaturated market, if, you know, it was really tough, like I'm not here to try and have like a hard time. I'm here to have a good time. But given that you know this, so let's talk about being a bonsai. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back. I'm gonna put this down. So there's a few aspects of being a bonsai, and I'm sure you probably looked this up, you know, on Google, and what came up is that like any plant can be a bonsai, and that's technically true. But some plants, some species of plant are more recognized within the industry of bonsai than others, you know. It's getting better, you know, with time and with age. People are realizing, you know, trees of all races and all species should be able to work within the industry. Representation is important. Representation does matter. So what ends up happening is that like everybody wants a boxwood bonsai. So you are coming from a certain place of privilege, and you do need to check that before we start this process, okay? Because if you don't, then like I don't know if I'm comfortable working with you. Okay, understood. Okay, good. Actually, I am gonna write that down. Okay, so to be a bonsai, you need to look like a small tree. Easier said than done, right? You've already started to grow. You've already started to hit, you know, you haven't quite hit like your puberty quite. You're very young, but at a certain point, you're going to want to outgrow the stage in which the industry would like for you to stay at. Now, us humans, we can't stop that, you know? I'm sure, like, there are many industries that would want humans to remain very youthful. Mm? And there are ways around that. But for trees, you magical creatures, you can stay young or look young for a very long time. And so, we're going to have to do a bit of bondage, a bit of warping, a bit of cutting off the limbs, and we're really going to go through a hard process here. And I need to warn you, this is not pretty. This is not something, it's not going to hurt, and I'm going to take care of you. You are in safe hands, okay? So if you at any point are like, you know what? No, I'm done. This is not worth it. The industry is not worth it. The fame, the glory of being a bonsai tree is not worth all of this. Then it is okay for you to say no. Okay? All right. So, first of all, you may be 3 years old, but that's enough for you to start it's enough for you to start developing offspring. You know, you're having children, and we have to do something about that, right? So I'm going to have to use a little pot. You know, it's much smaller than what you're currently used to. And don't worry, we'll get to your pot in a second. But for right now, we're going to need to use this. And we're going to have to take some of your offspring and put them within this little thing so that they're nice, safe, and sound, okay? So that they can incubate. So I'm just going to actually let me count how many you have, okay? So let's see, how many offspring do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 16. Wow. All right. All right. I'm just going to take one by one and put them in here. There's quality soil in here. Okay. So you don't have to worry about them. Just gonna 1. Just put it right in there. 2. Put it right in here. 3. 4. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. And go. Gotcha. Very, very good. Whew. All right. That's all of them. You will be able to take them back. Don't worry. We're not keeping them. We wouldn't dream of doing that to you, you know. So, now that we've taken that, protected it, now I think it's time to do this transformation, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, and this might sound traumatic, so please brace yourself. We are going to uproot you, separate you from your pot. We're going to take a look at your roots. I know it's a very vulnerable area, and I am going to take care of you. And there's no judgment, okay? No matter what it looks like, no matter what you have, it does not matter. It is a judgment-free zone here, so just make sure that that you are prepared, because I am going to cut some of it. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. You're adverse to that. You need to understand. We need you to prepare yourself to be in a shallower pot. I'm not going to put you in a different pot. You will be able to stay within your home, within your clothes. But this is just to prepare you, okay? So that you can expand across more horizontal spaces, but not go deep. We don't want deep. And the reason for that is we want to give the illusion that you're a huge tree, and having a thin pot makes it easier for people. It looks more magical, it makes people suspend their disbelief a bit more. And to be honest, like, the industry is just having it's just one of those things that's really antiquated. They're not really accepting of all different tree root lengths, and densities. And it's something that they really need to work on, but it's just a reality of the situation. And we just got to do it. I understand, but it's just something that we got to do. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to uproot you, cut a little bit, and place you back. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to uproot you, I'm going to cut a few of the roots, and I'm just going to place you back. Okay. All right. So prepare yourself. I'm just going to reach in here. Stay still for me, please. I'm just going to grab here. It's a tooth. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. And I'm just gonna, good. Okay, all right. Then I'm just going to, I know it's scary. I'm just going to come in here. Okay. And cut. How's it feeling? Okay, it's not feeling so bad. Okay, yeah. You just sort of get used to the pain, I think. Okay. How's that? Your roots, I said I wouldn't judge, and I'm not judging, but they're very interesting. It's a very interesting texture. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm just gonna. There we go. Look, there you go. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Okay. So how are you feeling? Do you feel... Yeah, you're feeling a little weird, a little empty maybe? Yeah, that means it's working. Yeah, it just means it's working. Okay. So, now that we've done that, I'm going to take a few measurements now. Now, I didn't do this before cutting your roots, mainly because if I measured before and found like some unideal measurements, it might have discouraged you and you might have just like left. But now that you've gotten your roots cut, you're kind of in it, And so now you have to take in the realities of your measurements, and we'll have to work on them together, right? Okay, yeah. So, I've got this. Let's take your tree trunk measurements, okay? Let's get the hard thing out quickly. So just, all right. Oh, perfect. Okay. Let me write that down. Okay. Well, next let's do just from where you start branching to the bottom of the tree trunk. Stay still for me, please. Okay. 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 Next, I'm going to do just from this side of your branches to that side of your branches, just how long you are, okay? So just hold yourself steady and, okay, wait, is it like that? Okay. Just stay still for me, please. Okay, so just from there to there, okay. All right. Not bad, not bad. These are good measurements that I'm taking. Okay. All right. So next we're going to do just your foliage, okay? So just from where we stopped before up to the top, the tippy top of your foliage, okay? So let's just do that. So from like here up, okay. Okay, and okay. Wonderful. Perfect. All good. So your measurements, they don't shock me. Just looking at you, I can see like what I'm working with. However, they're pretty good. You know, I'm not going to mince words here. There are a few problem areas, but it is not the worst bonsai tree starting point that I have seen, okay? So we're just going to start with some cutting that's going to happen. Now, this, I'm sure you would have, we all know what a botanist does with bonsai, right? They're cutting the leaves. Now, that tends to be a sort of misnomer, like a botanist doesn't cut leaves. You know, it's not our job to cut the leaves. We cut the branches the leaves stem from. You know, we're in charge of making sure that the leaves themselves work right and work well, because we want to ensure the health and safety of our bonsai trees. So I'm going to cut some of your limbs off, and that is the way I'm going to make sure you have health and safety, okay? All right. So, another scary tool, but don't worry, this will be nice and simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a few branches. These are branches that are sticking out a bit too much. They're outliers. They're trying to be different. We're going to cut them so that they're the right size or they're gone completely, okay? All right. So just stand. Okay. Stay still. I know. Just make sure, yeah. You can do whatever you need to get through the pain. That's okay. You know, beauty is pain. And we're just gonna, okay. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's off. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do it right here, okay? So just holding it and, okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Are you sure you're a boxwood? Yeah, okay. 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 All right. Now just one more. Just down here, okay? So let me just grab you right here and... just stay still for me, please. It'll be over in just a moment. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So those are the big ones. Now I'm just gonna bring this back and I'm going to cut some of the little ones, okay? You have to cut right above the node of where you branch. And I couldn't do it with the other tool because that one is more for like bigger branches, okay? So just stay still for me and cut. Stay still and cut. Stay still and cut. 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 You're doing a good job. Cut. 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 Okay. All right, you've been a wonderful client so far. I've had clients who yell at me, who are like, oh my God, what's wrong with the industry? You're perpetuating the stereotypes. I'm just real, okay? Some things are just a standard of the industry, and I have to relay that information. So I'm glad you and I can see eye to eye on that. Okay, so from here, we're almost done. But what we're gonna need to do, you have the right shape, you are looking fancy, looking great, and we're just, you might feel a little bare at first, and that's okay because we need to wait for the foliage to come out. Okay, we just need to wait for it to for you to grow again. And then we're gonna have to do this process again. We're gonna have to cut, and you're gonna have to grow and cut and grow. We're basically stunting you just a little bit. It's for you. It's for the greater good of the industry, so it's okay. So I'm just going to have to give you a little bit of water, and I think we're gonna be done. All right. So, last but not least, just a fresh water for you. Okay. Okay. So, just pouring a little bit of water in your pot. Okay, just over here, pouring a little bit of water in your pot. Okay, and then right there, pouring a bit of water. Okay, and here, pouring a bit of water. And there. And here. Okay, perfect. Look at you. Oh, you look so tiny, so chic, so small. Wonderful. You are gonna, I can feel it. You're gonna be the next bonsai tree. It's gonna happen. I know it. We all know it. It's gonna be great. Okay. Well then, I will see you next time.